Hey, what's up, everybody? Bitcoin just broke $50,000. I'm going to go over some technical analysis, on chain analysis, and news to show you why I think Bitcoin is going to break out and move towards $100,000. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on any content. So let's get right into the technical analysis. As we mentioned before, we're watching this huge RSI downtrend move get broken, and then we move to the upside. So the only kind of cautious thing I'd be looking at is this kind of getting rejected here, and then it playing as a lower high. So if you can see that, if we get rejected here, we might be making a large descending triangle. So if I pull out the brush, we could do something like this and then kind of just drag on for the rest of the year or something like that, which I don't think is the case, but it is possible to get rejected here. So I love going to the line chart right here, and then I like looking for multiple places of resistance and support. So you can see here, if I drew the line right here, you can see it was rejected here, it was supported here, it was supported here, it was rejected here, rejected, rejected. That was a small deviation. And now we're at some major support. That's why I drew the red highlighted box. So you can see we're driving right into heavy resistance. So the goal for us is to break the prior local high, which is about $53,000. Once we break this prior local high, then we'd be setting up a new higher high. So that's in line with an uptrend. We're looking for higher highs and higher lows. So you can see right here, higher high, higher low, higher high. And we didn't break this low, which I like to see. So we're actually still making higher lows right here. And if we could break this, we'd make a higher high, and maybe we'd come back down and test this, which I would love to see. This would be an awesome long, and I'd look for it to keep moving towards its prior all-time high. So let's go look at the weekly, and I wanted to give some immediate price targets on Bitcoin. So as I mentioned, we were kind of stagnant here. We bottomed out here. We moved. Now this is our lower high right here. I'm going to take the fibs, take it from our low point to our high point. You can see we retrace to 38.2 very perfectly. Like, you could have probably sniped an awesome buy here. And then these are some of the targets. So this is my first target, my heaviest target right here. And you can see it's in line with this price point right here. We got rejected, 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 rejected. And rejected and rejected. So this would be, if you're taking a long or if you're in a long, you probably want to cover here. And there's no, like, you can't go wrong taking profits. So you could cover there and you could wait to see what happens. Maybe we come back down and test some prior support, the previous higher high. And then you could reposition yourself, or maybe we keep breaking out. But more than likely, we will see some rejection here, or maybe a fake out, then a pullback. I mean, who knows? Bitcoin could keep pushing through. So if we do keep pushing through, I mean, when we do keep pushing through, this is kind of my next target, 83K, which would be a nice, probably a TP1 for me, take profit 1, as I had like 75K in mind from doing prior analysis, but we're seeing a lot of strength in Bitcoin, and I'm gonna share why. I would love to see more strength, but currently the SP 500 has, in my opinion, it has broken down into a small downtrend. So you can see here, as I mentioned, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Like, we're making higher lows. So what I don't like to see here is this trend line getting invalidated. Not only did it get invalidated, it retested. So this is like the final kiss, the final touch, 100x leverage, short, and then we're breaking down. So this kind of would be my next area, the moving average, which we're not going to go really too deep into the TA of the SP 500 because we're here for Bitcoin. So let's move right into the on-chain analysis. I'm going to show you this, and just take a deep look at this chart, and listen to what I'm saying. So Let's look at what happens when Bitcoin moves into long-term holders' wallets. We're seeing a supply shock. A lot of people, including whales, institutions, retail traders, are accumulating Bitcoin at like heavy rates, more than we've ever seen. So you can see here, when we're at max accumulation, we're seeing supply shocks, peak accumulation. We saw this huge move up, and then you can see the accumulation, not bears, whales started selling, people started selling, institutions or whoever it may be that was holding Bitcoin back then. Then you can see here coins moving into peak accumulation, huge move up. Peak accumulation. This accumulation lasted for a lot longer, and then we had that huge move up, and now we're seeing peak accumulation again. Like, it's hitting highs, and price has been stagnant. A lot of Bitcoin's being removed off exchanges and being thrown onto long-term HODL wallets. So that's pretty bullish if you ask me. Also, I want to point this out from Will Clement. He's an awesome on-chain analyst, and you can see the supply shock very evident. Like, just look at the chart. So you can see here supply shock, explosion, supply shock, explosion. And these previous moves don't look so big because we're kind of seeing an in-depth, like we're seeing the present price a lot clearer than what it was here. So you can see here supply shock, huge. And look what he has to say. This wave of Bitcoin supply shock has the most momentum of any in recent history. We're going much higher in the coming months. So my $100,000 minimum target is on the table, you know, and this is the last one I wanted to share. And this is more visual. You can see he's built a Bollinger Band on the liquid supply. So the liquid supply hugs the upper bands in a bull run, finds the lower bands in retreat, and is now solidly on the upswing in another warm embrace of the upper band. So you can see how huge of a move we had that. We had that smaller downtrend, which it's normal having a secondary trend within the primary trend. So bull market primary, and then we have a little pullback for a secondary. Nothing's just going to keep going up forever. So just taking a look at the on-chain analysis that we're seeing, a lot of Bitcoin is being bought up. Everything's pointing to up. So if you're thinking of selling your Bitcoin, definitely not the move right now. And then I wanted to share some of these news articles, like Bitcoin will become currency in Brazil soon. This was shared 1 hour ago. So they're going to legalize Bitcoin in Brazil. And they're doing it in a lot of more countries. They're mining Bitcoin in Laos, mining Bitcoin in El Salvador with the volcano they have. So we're just seeing a lot of forward movement with Bitcoin, and it's just blowing up, honestly. So, and then this is the last thing I wanted to share. You may or may haven't seen this already. So you can actually tip people on Twitter now. So you can send them Bitcoin, you can send them Ethereum, and that's going to be huge. A lot of these third-party companies like Western Union, PayPal, they may be eliminated sooner than later, because a lot of these applications like Twitter, they're going to make it very easy for people to send money just through a message. And just imagine that, decentralized in a sense where anybody around the world with just a Wi-Fi connection can get a payment, from you or I. And, we're not going to pay anything. Hopefully it'll be cheaper with, the Lightning Network, or if you're using a different currency or whatnot. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on is that Twitter is adding NFT profile pics, verified profile pics. So just the momentum we're seeing with the cryptocurrency markets, with the integration with Bitcoin, Ethereum, even the NFTs, that all brings more users and more money to the whole market as a whole. So very bullish. Bitcoin's going to break out very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or you want to see anything different, post it below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.